Hello everyone, my name is Kaylee. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've been here before, and welcome to week 2 of Spookopoly. So I just wrapped up my week 1 vlog, and my week 1 went really well, and so I'm excited to begin this week with another roll. So let's get on into roll number 2. Alright, roll number 2, my little ducky is still on the green spot, so let's see. We have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, spooky. So my second roll landed on the square for spooky, and this is any book that is considered spooky to you. So I'm gonna go with Silver Nitrate by Silvia Moreno Garcia. I thought about looking in the library or Kindle Unlimited, but I really want to read my physical books, and this was the first book from the Evernight horror subscription box, so what better book to read for the spooky square in Spookopoly. So this book is stunning. Once again, I said it is Evernight from Illumicrate, and the end pages in here as well as the front cover. So like, this edition is stunning and I can't wait to read it. I know it involves a lot with film and there's some occultist stuff going on, but I'm not too sure about the exact synopsis. I've read one thing from Silvia Moreno Garcia before and I really enjoyed it, so I'm hoping that I enjoy this one as well, especially because it is going to be talking about film. So I really like that, but we'll see if I like this. It's very intriguing already, and I have heard good things about this. So that is going to be the first book that I start this week out with, but I am reading a few other things. So if you didn't watch week 1's video, I'm also reading The Wicked Remain by Laura Pohl. This is book 2 in the Grimrose Girls series, and this one involves girls that are at this boarding school, and their fates are tied up in fairy tales. So really enjoying that one. The first book I really loved, and the sequel is action-packed just as much. I'm only like 15% of the way through that one, so I will be reading that one as I go along this week as well. And the third book I'm currently reading is Arusha and the Tree of Wishes by Roshni Chokshi. This is book 3 in the Pandava series. This is under Rick Rowan Presents, so this series in particular deals with Hindu mythology. So I'm only listening to this one when I am running. I am currently training for a marathon, so I am listening to like mythology books as I run because I think it's really fascinating. And a lot of these Rick Riordan Presents books, I want to read all of them, but I've been disappointed by a lot of them, and so I have no interest right now in picking them up physically, so I feel like the only way I can get through them is during my runs and listening to them on audiobook. But like I said, my main focus for this week will be Silver Nitrate, and I'm actually going to be doing a challenge this week. I have just decided that I want to challenge myself to read 100 pages a day at least. So before I started being a high school teacher, I read 200 plus pages a day. I was a reading machine, but now that I'm teaching full time, my reading has been cut in half and it has significantly slowed down. So my goal is to read at least 100 pages a day. So consider this the 100 page a day challenge. So let's go ahead and get started with Silver Nitrate. Okay, there's construction right outside my window, but we need to film an update. So hello, hi. It is now Sunday, it is about noon, and I'm a liar. I lied. So yesterday I filmed my opening to this vlog that you saw, and I rolled and I chose Silver Nitrate as my next read. Well, I opened the book and the font is so minuscule that I immediately was like, nope, not reading that copy. I'll read that book later on, but not that copy because small font is just so unmotivating to me, and I'm not going to read it quickly, especially if I'm trying to read at least 100 pages a day. So I chose another book that I own, and that is Graveyard of Lost Children by Contrita Monroe. And I started this yesterday on Saturday after I filmed like my opening clip, and I made it to page 32. So today my goal is to make it to at least page 132. And I feel like this is going to fly by because it is actually told in 2 point of views. So each chapter is alternating and both point of views are so interesting. So the gist of this book is we follow this woman, Olivia. Now, when Olivia was 4 months old, her mother tried to kill her because she was hearing voices of women in this well. And so she tried to kill baby Olivia, but luckily somebody saw and was able to save Olivia. Now, Olivia is older and she just gave birth to her first child, a daughter, and she is thinking, I'm gonna be nothing like my mother. But now Olivia is starting to see and hear things as well. So there is a lot of triggering content in this surrounding motherhood and childbirth and postpartum depression and things like that, but I think it is such a fascinating topic, especially how in this book it's like is it postpartum depression, or is there actually something weird going on? Like the mother, it was mentioned in the synopsis too that she thought Olivia was a changeling. So I'm like, is there like a fantasy spooky ghost kind of changeling aspect, or is this truly just the creepiness and awfulness that comes with postpartum depression? So it's really interesting. I've never read anything like that. The whole topic of postpartum depression is really fascinating to me. I mean, I have a degree in psychology, so a lot of mental illnesses are something that I've looked into before. So reading a book about that is really, really cool. So like I said, I'm hoping to get to page 132 today. It is Sunday, so I probably will be reading a lot more than that. But as far as other updates go, this morning I ran 16 miles. So Sundays are my long run days. Like I said, I am in the thick of marathon training. I am actually currently now officially halfway through. Today was the end of week 8 and I'm doing a 16-week training plan. So I had 16 miles this morning and I have never ran more than a half marathon, which is 13.1 miles. So 16, I was crying. Like, I am just so proud of myself and like amazed at what I can do. It felt really good, and my 16th mile was actually my fastest mile. So if you want to know more about like all my running stuff, I post more about that on my TikTok and my Instagram. So that's always linked down below, Vampire Keely, if you want to see that. But while I was running the first half of my run, so like the first 8 miles, I listened to more of Aru Shah and the Tree of Wishes, and I am now 37% of the way through. And I'm actually enjoying this one more than I thought I would be, and I think I'm enjoying listening to it more than I would physically, because like I said, every time I read these books physically, I'm like, oh, they're fun, and then I just immediately forget them. So it's fun listening to it because I don't have to like actually pick up the book, because I'm not as interested in picking up the book. But that's going good so far, and now I am resting the rest of the day and I'm going to read. So like I said, I'm probably going to read more than 100 pages today, but the question is, how many pages? So I guess I'll update you at the end of the day, or if I get halfway through the book today, we'll see, but I will see you when I see you. Alright, day 1 update, and I am on page 132 of Graveyard of Lost Children, which means I have read 100 pages today. It's not even 3 p.m. yet, so I am definitely planning on reading more and getting at least half through this book today. I'm really enjoying it so far. So like I said, we talk a lot about postpartum depression, but not just that, but the psychosis that can come with it. And as I'm reading this, I also feel like I don't know what's real and what's not real, just like a mother in this situation would, because we are in Olivia's head as she is experiencing these things. And so we see everything she sees, but we don't know if it's real or not. So it's just kind of chaotic in a good way, and I cannot wait to figure out what happens. So gonna go keep reading now. Good morning. It is now Monday and I have the day off, so I have plenty of time to read today. But first, let me update you on where I got to yesterday in Graveyard of Lost Children. So yesterday I ended on page 184, so that was like right here. So I read 152 pages yesterday. So day 1, check, got it taken care of. So since I ended on 184, today I need to end on 284 at least. But like I said, I have a day off, so I'm probably going to finish this book today. That's my goal. And actually, it's not even 10 a.m. yet, and I sat down to read some more already, and I'm on page 244. So I've already, like, almost completed the 100 pages. I'm, like, halfway through-ish. I don't want to do the math. But I am definitely going to finish the 100 pages within the morning, and quite possibly finish this book within the morning, and I can go ahead and start another book. But my thoughts on this: I am obsessed. I am loving this book. All my thoughts from yesterday are the same about how we're following Olivia and she's losing her grasp on reality, but we don't know if she's actually losing her grasp or what she is seeing and hearing is actually happening. Like, so as we're reading, we also feel like we're losing our grasp on reality, but it feels so real, so we don't know which is the actual true reality, if that makes sense. Also, like I said, this book deals a lot with postpartum depression and psychosis and things like that. There's trigger warnings for like everything to do with motherhood, basically. And when I was really young, I knew the family of one of the most famous cases in the world of postpartum psychosis, where unfortunately the children didn't make it. So reading this book has made me just go back and research that case over and over again, and I'm just like, wow, like the things that mothers go through, insane. And I'm also completely convinced that if I ever have kids, that something like this is going to happen to me, like just call it my luck, it would probably happen to me. But I'm loving this so much, and like I said, we're also getting other chapters from a different point of view. I don't want to tell you who that point of view is yet, but that's also one of those things where I'm like, can I trust this person that's telling us this, or what's going on? But I am loving this so far. So I only have like this much left. Once again, I'm not going to do the math, so I don't know how many pages that is. This ends on like 346, and oh, I could easily do the math. I have 100 pages left of this, or like 101. So I should definitely finish this, and then I can't wait to see what I read next, because it's going to be hard to follow up this one. But as far as my plans for today, I need to take my thumbnail for last week's vlog because I forgot to do that. So I did my hair and put my makeup on so I could take my thumbnail. And I think I'm also going to film 2 videos. So in my month off of YouTube, I fell behind on some of the videos and I still want to film them. So I think I'm going to film anticipated fall releases, even though we're like almost halfway through fall, and the things that I watched this summer, because I watched a lot of movies and TV shows over the summer. So I think I'm going to film those 2 videos, and then I'm going to sit down and finish Graveyard of Lost Children, and I cannot wait to update you because I cannot wait to see how this book ends. First of all, look at my little ghosty pillow. Obsessed. Second of all, I am currently on Kelsey from Essentially Books sprints right now. They're almost done, but in those sprints, I finished Graveyard for Lost Children, and I'm giving this 5 stars. This was wild and crazy, and the end action was really fast-paced and great. For a little bit there, I was worried it was going to be like too much and I wasn't going to really get it, but I feel like it's one of those things where it's like, I don't want to say too much because I don't want to spoil anything, but 5 stars. Really love this one. This is also the author of They Drown Our Daughters, which I have heard of this book, and actually this book I picked up this summer when I went to Barnes & Noble because I was buying books that I had never heard of, and it worked out in my favor, so I really need to do that more. So now I need to go on to my next roll. Okay, so my little duck is on the spooky square from last time. Let's roll 3. 1, 2, 3. What does that say? Stephen King. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, so I am actually reading Stephen King's books in publication order, and I was reading one a month, and then I got off track in July because the copy that I was supposed to read never came in, and so it was like this whole mess. So I'm actually currently in the middle of a Stephen King book, and that is Danse Macabre, and this book is not ideal for a readathon because 1, it's chunky, and 2, it's nonfiction. But this is my pick because, like I said, I'm reading them in publication order, so I'm not going to skip around. So I'm actually on page 137 of this, so I guess this is what I am working through this week. Not what I expected, but I will be happy to get through this one so I can move on to more of his fiction works. I am enjoying this one. I just would rather pick up fiction because I'm not a super nonfiction girly, but it is interesting because Danse Macabre is about the horror genre in general, like books, TV, film, all of that. So it's really interesting to see his perspective because he is like one of the grandfathers of horror. But yeah, interesting pick. Not what I was expected, so I'm kind of frazzled, kind of thrown off from this. But also Graveyard of Lost Children is about like motherhood horror. So if you know of any other motherhood horror books out there, let me know. I think The Push, is it by Ashley Audrain? Something like that. I'm pretty sure that's a motherhood horror book, but I want to read more. But for the rest of the day, I'm going to edit the vlog up until this point, and I guess I'm going to pick up some more of Danse Macabre. Okay, I'm making the executive decision to roll again because there's no way that I'm going to be able to read 100 pages a day of this. It's just really dense, and since it's nonfiction, I would be lucky to get through 50 pages a day working full-time. So I am still going to use this for Spookopoly and try to get it read by the end of the month. But for the purposes of this challenge and for my reading momentum, I need to roll again, so let's go do that. Okay, let's try this again. So now we have 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What does that say? Crows and ravens. So according to my Spookopoly handouts right here, Crows and Ravens says, beware these harbingers of death. Read a bird with a bird that's featured on the cover or a type of bird in the title. Okay, let me do some digging on my shelves. Okay, so I think I have 3 books on my physical TBR that feature a bird in some way. So I pulled them all out, and the first one is Artemis Fowl, because fowl is a type of bird. This is book 1 in a series. I think this is a middle grade series, and it's pretty short, so that's a contender. The other one is another book 1 in a middle grade series, and that is Nevermore, The Trials of Morgan Crow. It literally has the word crow in the title. And then the third one is more of a adult contemporary, I think, and that is How the Penguins Saved Veronica. And penguins is in the title, and penguins is all over the cover. And if you don't know, penguins are like part of my personality. I am a penguin girl through and through. They are my favorite animal. I own a ridiculous amount of penguin things. So I'm honestly feeling drawn to this one. And also I feel like it hits the prompt the most in the weirdest way because bird is in the title and on the cover. These other 2 are names, but it's birds, but they don't have birds on the cover, but this one like hits everything. So am I gonna go with this one? This is the most random book to read for Spookopoly, but I feel like I can get through it quickly, especially because I want to know how penguins save Veronica and who Veronica is, but some of this looks like it's in blog posts and emails, so that might go quickly too, but I guess this is what I'm gonna pick up. This week is turning out in crazy, crazy ways. But yes, I'm gonna read this, and I'm still gonna be reading Danse Macabre. I just have lack of faith that I would be able to read 100 pages a day. This one seems more doable. Hello, it is Tuesday. I just got back from work, so I need to update you on everything that's been going on. First of all, I watched something new yesterday. I watched the new Pet Sematary Bloodlines movie on Paramount Plus, and it was pretty good. Why is everyone in that movie so attractive? But the movies of Pet Sematary, in my opinion, are so much better than the book. A lot of people love that book and it's their favorite Stephen King, but for me, it's lower on the list, and I think the movies are a lot better. But this one was really gory, and it was really cool because it was like a prequel to the original like story, so I really liked it. But as far as reading goes, this morning I ran 6 miles, so I listened to more of Arusha and the Tree of Wishes, and I got 50% of the way through that. That one's really good. Like I said with these books, I don't have too much to say, but it's going good. I'm having a lot better time listening to it than I do when I physically read it. But as far as this 100 page a day challenge goes, I am only counting my physical reads. So that goes to How the Penguins Saved Veronica. So yesterday I started this book and I got to page 12. So today for 100 pages, my goal is page 112. Now I did get to read some of this today, so now I'm on page 57. So I still have quite a few pages to go, but I'm making my way through it. However, this book, the characters are so unbearable. I truly, truly hate them, but I know this is going to be the type of story that there is major character development, and the reason why these 2 characters are so horrible at the beginning is because they're going to have some kind of revelation and become better people at the end. But at this point, the only reason I am reading this book is for the penguins, because I can't stand anyone else. So I never gave you the synopsis, so from what I can see so far, 56 pages in, is that we follow this 86-year-old woman named Veronica McCready. Now she has just found out that she has this long-lost grandson that she never knew about, and she lives in Scotland, and she's like a millionaire, has all this money, and she is trying to figure out what is she going to do with all this money. Now she is horrible, she's like this old lady that I can't stand, and then her grandson Patrick, also like deadbeat, horrible, can't stand him either. But she stays up and watches these penguin documentaries every night, so she decides she wants to go to Antarctica and help save the penguins, and this grandson decides he's going to go with her. So far, we haven't gotten to the part where she is going to Antarctica to save the penguins, but we have seen some of the documentaries, and interspersed between pages, or between chapters, we get to see a penguin blog site from someone. So you get to know a lot about penguins in this book, which I am loving. Like I said, I am only reading this right now for the penguins because I can't stand anyone, and I need to like the characters to enjoy the story. So right now, just holding out for those little penguins. And I can't wait to see when they go to Antarctica and we get to have like hands-on experience with these penguins. But so far, hate Patrick, hate Veronica, so we'll see where it goes, but I am hoping for major character development. But yeah, that's my update so far. So I am hoping to hit 100 pages. The real test is after work hitting 100 pages. Sunday and Monday I did great. It was super easy because I didn't have work. But now, during the week, when I am working, 100 pages is going to be more difficult, especially if I hate the people I'm reading about. But I'm going to go change, get into like sweatpants, comfy clothes. Outside is beautiful right now. There's not a sun ray in sight. If you know me, I hate the sun. So anytime I can't see the sun, magnificent. So I'm going to change, lay down, read some of this, and I'm probably going to watch more of MasterChef. I'm currently watching season 9, so I'll probably watch that and read this on commercials and hopefully hit 100 pages for today. Hi, it's Wednesday, and first of all, say hello to my little posse. I figured since I was updating about a Penguin book the past few days, I needed to kind of show off all of my little friends. So here they are, and this is only a fraction of them. Maybe I should do like a Penguin collection tour. So yeah, I do have a bit of a problem, but it's not a bad problem. There are worse problems to have. Like, look at this. Okay, anyway, let me put them back on my bed and give you a proper update. So yesterday, the moment we've all been waiting for, did I reach 100 pages? Yes, I did. So yesterday I got to page 115, so I actually read 103 pages in How the Penguins Saved Veronica. So today the mission is to make it to page 215, and I have already read some, so I'm on page 171. So I have like 45 pages left to hit my goal for today. So as far as I'm feeling, I am liking it better. Still not completely in love with the characters, but completely in love with the penguins. We are finally in Antarctica. We're getting to see all the penguins and how they live, getting to hear all about the penguin facts. And it's interesting because I read a nonfiction book about someone who lives at the research center in Antarctica. And so a lot of the stuff that's happening in here, I can tell the author researched that research center and how all the penguins work, because we're getting a lot of facts, and a lot of the details and like the snowstorms and things that are happening are so realistic. So I'm really enjoying that. But we are also now getting background information on the old lady Veronica through letters from the 40s. So during wartime in London and Scotland and everything, we are getting information on that. So we're learning a lot more about her and why she is the way she is. And we're seeing that through the eyes of this grandson that she discovered. And so he is also getting this character development because he's trying to figure out about this long lost grandma. And she is getting character development because of the penguins. Like literally the penguins are saving Veronica. Iconic. So enjoying it so far. It's such a odd story because it is like a literary fiction story about this grumpy grandma, this deadbeat grandson that she never knew existed, and penguins are gonna bring everyone together. I feel that. We feel that, honestly. So yeah, going good so far. So like I said, I'm on 171 and I need to get to page 215 to hit my goal for today. Now, it is currently 4:19 and we have cross country tonight. So my window is closing. It is getting very small to finish that up. So hopefully I can finish that and hit the goal today. As far as other reading updates, this morning I had 8 miles. I woke up at 4:15 to run before school and it went great. It was raining this morning during my run and it was so much fun. I had a great time. So I listened to more of Arushat and the Tree of Wishes, and now I'm 61% of the way through. I really don't need to update my thoughts every time I talk about this book because my thoughts aren't changing. It's a great time. I'm probably not going to remember it after like a day. But yeah, 61% of the way through that. So now I am going to go and hopefully read the rest of my page count for today and then leave for cross country. So I'll probably see you tomorrow, and I'm hoping honestly tomorrow maybe I can finish this book. We'll see. Quick update because I'm about to leave for the cross country meet, but I wanted to let you know I hit 100 pages today, so I'm on page 216. Now this book has 329 pages, so if I do hit my 100 page count tomorrow, I'll only have a little bit left to finish it, so I will be finishing this tomorrow. Mark my words. Yeah, tomorrow's Thursday, and tomorrow's a rest day for me, so I get to sleep in. But yes, I will hopefully be finishing this tomorrow, and I'm definitely enjoying it a lot more than I was at the beginning, because at the beginning I really thought it was going to be a DNF, but I was holding out for the penguins, and I'm glad I did. Alright, it is Thursday, and it's actually like 7:20 p.m., but I just finished How the Penguins Saved Veronica, and I'm going to wrap this up real quick and roll for my next book, because I need to get ready for bed. Yes, I go to bed at 8 p.m., so the 100 pages a day challenge is even more challenging for me because I go to bed so early, but I finished. So I read 113 pages today and I ended up really enjoying this book, and it also made me tear up at the end, which encourages me to rate books higher, because if it can bring that emotion out in me, I'm just like, okay, I enjoyed that. So I ended up giving this one a 4-star, and I knew even at the beginning, even though I wasn't really enjoying it and I didn't like the characters, that by the end I probably would like them, because this is one of those books that you read for the character development. Also, for the penguins. The penguins in here, 90% of the reason I started crying at the end. Like, dead serious. Got really emotional because of the penguins. But I love the research that went into this. Like I said, I have read multiple nonfiction penguin books before, so I could see that Hazel Pryor actually put a lot of research into this. And I did like how the characters ended up and the character development and their arc and everything. So yes, 4 stars. I also haven't mentioned that the author, Hazel Pryor, every time I hear this, I think of The Fault in Our Stars and Divergent, because Hazel is The Fault in Our Stars and Pryor is Divergent, and they're the same actress, and so I always picture her in my mind when I think about this author. But yes, 4 stars for that. So that went really good. So far I've hit my 100 pages every day, but now I need to roll for the next book I'm gonna pick up, which I will start tomorrow on Friday, and there's 2 more days left of this challenge, and I'm feeling confident, so we'll see how it goes. But yes, let's get on to rolling. Okay, so I actually don't feel like moving my camera to set it up to aim this at the floor, so I'm literally gonna hold it as flat as I can and roll. Actually, maybe I should put this on top of a book and it'll definitely be flatter. Hold on. Okay, got the board on top of a book. I'm gonna roll. We're still on the space from last time, so this is a weak roll, but we got 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I landed on, I don't know how I can show you this, but here we go. I landed on candy corn, so let me go read what this means. Okay, so according to my resources, candy corn is a sweet book, something that's all vibes and no stakes, maybe a cute romance or a cozy novel. I think I have the perfect book to read for this. Okay, I think the book I'm going to pick up is The Library of Shadows by Rachel Moore. Now, Rachel Moore is someone I have been friends with online for years, and her book just came out, and I am so excited to get to it, especially because I feel like it's the perfect romance for spooky season, because I'm pretty sure this girl, she goes to the most haunted academy in the world, and I think her love story is with a ghost. So that's all I'm going to know about it going into it, but as soon as I get further into it, then I will tell you more what it's about. But I feel like it's going to give me more cozy, cute vibes, so we'll see. But I'm very excited, and I feel like this fits the prompt perfectly, and I think I could fly through this. So this is my pick, and I'm so excited to start it tomorrow, so I will see you then. Good morning. It is actually Saturday now. I didn't update you on Friday because I was literally trying to get my 100 pages until the last second before my bedtime. I really didn't think I was gonna get it, but last night I made it to page 100. I didn't think I was gonna get it because when I got back from work at like 4 p.m., I decided to watch MasterChef instead of read. And of course I read during the commercials, but that's not very long. So I was reading a little bit here and there, and then my dad and I decided to go out to eat together. And so by the time I got back, I was like, ooh, I only have a little bit of time left to hit 100 pages. And by that point, I still had like 80 pages to read. So I was like, okay, we'll see how far I get before 8 p.m. and see what happens. So before 8 p.m., I got to like page 70, so I was like, I have 30 pages left. I'm not gonna make it. We're just gonna call it quits for today, so I'm gonna go get ready for bed. So I went and got ready for bed, and I laid down, and I was like, you know what? I'm getting really sleepy, so we'll see how long I can read for. And I managed to get to 100 pages. So yes, in Library of Shadows, I am on page 100, so I did it. I have not failed at this challenge yet, and we have one more day today. So let me tell you more about what this is about. It's very glary with my light, so I'm trying to like hold it in a way that's not glaring. With the Library of Shadows, we follow this girl named Esty, and she just got accepted into Radcliffe Academy, which is considered to be the 3rd most haunted school in the entire world. And she's going to Radcliffe because this is where her dad went to school. And her dad recently passed away, so she's going there because she wants to find out more about her dad and what his life was like, and she kind of wants to live the way that he did when he was at Radcliffe. She does not believe in ghosts, but she gets roomed with a girl that is like she's over here like Sam and Dean Winchester trying to find ghosts. So Esty is like, she's trying to find these secrets about her dad, but she doesn't actually believe in ghosts until like her first day there. She meets Mateo, who is a ghost. He is in fact a ghost. And first of all, I hate the name Mateo. Like, why does our love interest have to be named Mateo? That is not attractive for me. But so now Esty and Mateo stole this book of Fades, and so Esty's trying to get it back. So there's obviously secrets about how Mateo's a ghost, who he is, why he's there, what is the book of Fades, and also Esty's dad and what's going on with that. And if ghosts are real, like what else is haunting the school, what else is going on. So 100 pages in, I'm not hooked. I'm not loving it. Rachel's writing is really beautiful. I don't like beautiful writing. Like, that sounds weird. I prefer simple writing. But Rachel's writing has a lot of similes and metaphors and things like that, which makes it very beautiful. So if you enjoy beautiful flowery writing, you would probably love Rachel's writing. But for me, I don't like beautiful writing. I want something simple where I don't have to use my brain to like picture things like that hard with all these metaphors, if that makes sense. So 100 pages in, I like Esty, but I'm really getting stuck on Mateo's name. I'm like so serious. But we'll see how it goes. I am kind of intrigued with the different mysteries that are going on, and there's a lot, so I can't wait to see how those are unraveled. But yeah, so the plan today is to get to at least page 200. I'm also maybe hoping to finish season 9 of MasterChef. I can't remember how many episodes I have left, but I could possibly finish it because I'm not doing anything else today. And then as far as my other reading goes, Arusha and the Tree of Wishes. Yesterday on Friday, I ran 7 miles, so I listened to more of that book. I'm now 82% of the way through, and I have about an hour left of it, so maybe I can finish that today. But my camera is running out of battery, so I need to go, and I will update you later. Okay, it's like 10:15 a.m. now, and I just hit the 200 page mark in Library of Shadows. I took the dust jacket off because I don't read with them on, and I'm definitely feeling it a lot more than I was yesterday, and maybe it's because I was able to sit down and just read the 100 pages and I'm more awake today, but definitely more into it. It did take me a little bit to get into that writing style, like I mentioned earlier, but I'm so curious what's going to happen, and the tension between Mateo, still hate that name, Mateo and Esty is really building up, so I like that little tension there, and I really do like Esty as a character. So this is fun, spooky, but also like a cozy spooky. The ghosts primarily haunt the library, so this book is really set in the library for a lot of it, which is a great setting. But yeah, so I'm really glad that I'm enjoying it more than I was yesterday. How many more pages do I have left? Like 157, because this ends on 357. So I have 157 pages left today, which realistically I probably could finish, but it depends because I need to do my strength training workout for today, and then I also want to watch more of MasterChef. And I also need to ice bath because tomorrow I have 18 miles, so I need to make sure I'm taking care of my body today for that. So we'll see how far I get into this, so I'll definitely update you for how many pages, but it is official. I have completed the challenge for this week of reading at least 100 pages every day. Now the question is, how many pages can I actually get to today? So I will see you later, which will probably be the final update for this vlog, and we'll see how far I get. I've just finished The Library of Shadows by Rachel Moore, and I really enjoyed this. I didn't expect to after how it started yesterday, but I could not put this down. Like, I was trying to watch MasterChef, but I couldn't put this down, so I literally had to keep reading and watching at the same time, and I really enjoyed how it ended up. I really liked the characters and the different ghosts that we see, and the way that this wrapped up, I was actually shocked with. So, and I don't feel like I get shocked really easily a lot, but one of the reveals, I was like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, like that's happening? This is happening? Okay. But yeah, so I'm giving this one 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. And the author's note, the last line, I keep tearing up thinking about it. So it says, "To everyone who's no longer with us, yes you are. I wrote this book on the heels of my grandmother's passing, and every word is for her." I am a sucker for any book that's about death, and obviously there's not a lot of grief conversations in here, but it is about death because they're ghosts. But yes, I'm giving this one 4 stars. I really, really enjoyed it. So finishing out this book today brings me to 257 pages read for today, which is my best day of this week. And then wrapping up this vlog, on Sunday I read 152 pages, Monday 177, Tuesday 103, Wednesday 100, Thursday 113, Friday 100, and then today 257, which brings my total to 1,002 pages. So we hit that over 1,000 mark, and I also feel like this 100 pages a day thing is attainable as I'm working full time now. I think this is a really good way for me to keep my reading momentum up, because before my job I read like 8 hours a day. I read so much, and so now I feel like trying to hit 100 pages a day is a good way for me to not feel like my reading is slowing down too much. So let me wrap up this vlog. So I think I finished, how many books did I finish this week? 4 books, which that is like my normal amount that I normally finish, like in the summertime. So I think I started with Graveyard of Lost Children, which I gave 5 stars. Love that book. And then I read How the Penguins Saved Veronica, and I gave 4 stars. That was also an emotional read. And then Arusha and the Tree of Wishes, I gave 3 stars. I didn't tell you I finished that. I finished that book. Forgot to tell you, but I have not been counting that book towards my page count. So my page count for the week is actually way more than 1,000, but I only counted physical pages. But I did finish that book today. I gave it 3 stars. All of these Rick Riordan Presents books, like I've said a million times before, are middle of the road for me. They're most likely going to be 3 stars because they enter my brain and then there's no storage up here for those books. They just go away, but they're a fun time as I'm reading them. So 3 stars for that. And then I finished The Library of Shadows, which I gave 4 stars as well. So really great reading week, and I cannot wait to continue. And I'm excited for my next Spookopoly roll, which will be in next week's vlog, so look forward to that. But I guess that's it for this video. If you have made it this far, go ahead and leave the, I was gonna say ghost emoji, we did that last week. Leave the penguin emoji, because How the Penguins Saved Veronica. But yeah, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. As always, all my social media links will be down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye!